So my name's Tad Davis. This is not John Fry. This is Don Wells. How you doing, Donnie?
Doing good. I didn't realize it was Loud Jacket Day today, so I apologize.
Hey, so I always tell people this is an easy way to find me. It's also an easy way to avoid me, too. So keep that in mind. And for $5 later, I'll let you have a picture so that way I can pay for my own cocktails tonight, all right? All right, so I want to tell you about accelerating your AWS Partner Path journey in half the time. Anybody an AWS partner that's already on the services path? See some people there? Yes, exactly. So let's get started on this. We're going to talk about partner paths, the accelerated development plan and program, and Ingram Micro, and then AWS public sector growth opportunities. This graphic looked familiar. You maybe saw it a year ago here at reInvent, maybe. So these are the 5 different partner paths: software, hardware, services, training, and distribution path. We're going to focus today on the software path and the services path. Software being for you're a partner that develops software, runs, or integrated with AWS. And then the services path being that you do consulting, you're doing professional or managed services, and resale services. So what is accelerated development? So a hint is in the name, right? So it's a framework developed by AWS and delivered by trained Ingram Micro consultants. So you're going to have Ingram Micro people guiding you through this program. So it provides software path and services path partners with a growth plan customized to meet your specific needs, and it compresses those objectives. So I like to say this: when you join that services path, there's a lot of information. I love all the information that AWS has out there on Partner Central, but it's a lot. It can be a little overwhelming. And it can take partners typically 18 to 24 months to be able to complete the steps that are in this journey on your own. We want to compress that down to 4 to 6 months, doing it with these 5 milestones that are out here. So the milestones focus on, first, getting a registered tier partner to select. We want to be able to have you understand a little bit more about the path that you're on. So when we think about the software path, what we're focused on there is we want to get you through your foundational technical review. So we're going to teach you about Partner Central. We're going to teach you about how to use ACE. We're going to work with you in that services path to get you to select tier, to meet those knowledge requirements, to engage and get those customer opportunities, to meet those experience requirements to get to select tier. So then when you get to select tier, now you're Partner Solutions Finder. Anybody familiar with Partner Solutions Finder? Partner Solutions Finder is what tells all AWS customers about what partners are out there in the APN network and how they engage. So that's your own marketing tool to engage and talk about your business. That turns on as soon as you get to select. And then what we also want to do is we want to get you into the public sector partner program. So this program is not just for public sector partners, it's for partners that have an interest in having public sector opportunities and being able to pursue those and being able to resell in AWS public sector and engage in the public sector authorization addendum that you need to do that. So some more on the milestones. We have the Cloud Enablement Engine, and I'm sorry, I'm a walker and a talker, so I usually walk back and forth. So the Cloud Enablement Engine. Anybody familiar with the Cloud Center of Excellence? Have you heard of that concept before? So the Cloud Enablement Engine came about in 2020. 2020 is like version 2.0 of the Cloud Center of Excellence. It's basically taking AWS best practices for cloud development and cloud strategy in your corporation and applying those into a workshop that'll help you build out your corporate go-forward motion. How do you deal with, so for example, how do you deal with training your people? How do you deal with retaining your people? How do you build great go-to-market sessions to go forward and engage with your end customers? So next we have technical validation. There's 2 different ways to do this. Foundational technical review there at the bottom on the software path. We help you get ready to go through that foundational technical review with AWS. One of the first steps is to do a well-architected review on your software and do that with the FTR lens. The second in the services path, are you guys familiar? There's a lot of different AWS differentiation programs and services. So in services, you've got things like service delivery designations, you've got competencies, you have AWS immersion days. Trying to figure out the right program that's right for your company at that time is what we focus on, and then help you apply and achieve that designation in the program. The next one is the procurement path. So procurement path is where we're going to focus on Ingram Micro and work on how we can help you through things, and we'll talk about it in a little bit here, right, Donnie?
Yep.
We're going to talk about our Contracts Alliance program. We're going to talk about how you can help us, so we can help you leverage GovWin and other tools to be able to engage with the right type of end customers for the market that you have. Last thing is go-to-market. So when we think about go-to-market, we want to help you build a battle card. A battle card is how you're going to tell people about your business. More importantly, it's going to be how you tell AWS account reps about your business. So we're going to talk about Marketing Central and the value of Marketing Central and how that can help you with the materials that you build. We're going to discuss your sales process and compensation. Compensating a salesperson from a traditional hardware VAR, very different in the cloud. Does that make sense? So then we talk about building your AWS microsite. Why is AWS microsite important? It's important because a lot of the programs that we talk about require that you have an AWS microsite to be able to be eligible for that program. And the last thing is to be able to complete a partner business plan. A partner business plan is very important, especially when you're going from select to advanced tier, because it's a requirement in the advanced tier. So now I want to hand it over to Donnie. We're going to talk a little bit about our healthcare partner pathway at Ingram Micro Cloud and also our smart cloud community.
Yeah, no, thanks, Ted. I'm going to walk over here because I'll make a reference as I point this out. We refer to this as an orbit, but it's really an ecosystem, and it's a healthcare partner pathways because we're using multiple partners in each of the corners, and they're focused on specific areas in healthcare. For example, Clear Data, all they focus on is compliance. HIPAA compliance, it doesn't matter. Another partner over here in the top right is Keystone Technologies. They focus on EMR migrations. And then Let's Talk is another one of our partners that was really spawned out of the COVID and the pandemic when it required virtual office visits. In the very bottom at the 6 o'clock hour is a company called Blue Ink. They have an electronic document signature application similar to DocuSign, except their claim to fame is they do it as good, if not better, than DocuSign for half the price. And finally, you got Project Host over here. They do a lot of compliance as a service, the FedRAMP and StateRAMP, those kinds of things. And the interesting part about this ecosystem or this orbit is there's also room in here for other partners. So there's a lot of other partners that want to basically plug themselves into this ecosystem to be able to apply towards the healthcare partner pathway. And I do have to mention that in the AWS's eyes, public sector is not just state and local government and federal government. It includes education, K through 12 and higher ed, healthcare, both hospitals and physician groups, as well as nonprofits. So it's a broader spectrum of public targets. And I just wanted you to be aware that it doesn't just mean state and local government. Now, the smart cloud community over here is what we basically talk about in the state and local, the traditional state and local government. You've got a lot of us live in communities and that you've heard the term smart cities. This is a very good diagram of smart cities and the things that you have to go through if you're in one of those cities that are trying to improve their services to their constituents through technology. You've got infrastructure to worry about, zero trust, which we all have been exposed to with cybersecurity, the documents, the energy and data management. So a lot of different aspects that we can assist with regards to the resources we've been investing in, not only for people, but also tools. So you got healthcare and you've got smart cities based on the smart cloud community.
So, and we take a minute too, we'll talk about, I love this because we talk a lot about contracts. I mentioned Contract Alliance programs, so Donnie, you want to call out? I know Omnia is one of the ones that we were just awarded back in October.
Yep, very excited about these contracts. I think a lot of folks are familiar with GSA schedules, the primary federal government vehicle, but Omnia is another contract vehicle that we just got awarded about a month or two ago. We're very proud of that, and it's mainly for state and local governments. Once you get signed up to be an Omnia partner through Ingram Micro, you kind of get to bypass the RFP process. So, and then NCPA is another one of our contract vehicles that you can sign up to be an agent for, that you don't have to go through and the process of getting your own contracts vehicles. you can leverage Ingram Micro to go after this business using our contract vehicles.
So, and just to call out too, we're a distribution company, but we're a global distribution company. So we have public sector teams and commercial teams throughout the world working with you to work on this program. And I'll call out the last part there, the GDPR and the Zero Trust and PHI. I think those are critical, especially in Europe today. GDPR is such a huge thing.
Yep.
All right, so what are the benefits to doing that? Hey, I liked how that built out. So you're going to have a dedicated team of experts from Ingram Micro that their main focus is AWS. You're going to have increased visibility to AWS field teams. So remember, I talked about that battle card. It's very important to create a battle card so that when you enter opportunities into ACE, so that's AWS's portal to be able to enter your opportunities and have them have eyes on it, but also be able to share it with distribution. But when you engage with that account manager, you can produce that battle card and say, hey, let me tell you a little bit about our company and what we do, and this is our focus, so that you, with the other end customers that you have, can start to leverage us in your engagements. We'll also talk about ACE eligibility and how AWS can start sharing leads with you once you qualify and become ACE eligible. So reduce time to reach your AWS goals. So there's this little TV show that people may never have heard of and stuff like that, but it's called Friends. You guys ever seen Friends? Anybody? Okay. So one of my favorite episodes is when Ross goes into his grandmother's closet and he's moving stuff around, and Sweet and Low just starts falling down all around him and stuff like that. Like I said, I love AWS because they have so much information, but it's hard to pick out the pieces of the information that you need to be able to grow your business and accelerate that. And that's where you're getting our AWS expertise and guidance on those programs to reduce that normal time that it would take for you to sort that out. So we want to be able to help promote your business to current and future AWS customers. We help you do that through go-to-market sessions. We're going to help you understand what capabilities are available in Marketing Central, what collateral you can use, and how to help build marketing campaigns to help you engage new customers. Customized guidance. This is not a cookie cutter program that's the same for everybody. We're going to customize this based on who you are, because it's important to us to get to know who you are and how we can help you out. So the last thing here, and this is important, so if I could make it flash, I would. This is $0. It's fully funded. You guys do not have to pay a dime for this. And wait, there's more. For $19.95 extra. No, this is fully funded, zero cost. All right, so what we'd like you to do today, want to be able to sit there and come meet us at our booth on Wednesday and Thursday. Scan the cute little dinosaur QR there if you want to learn a little bit more. But let us help you accelerate your journey into the cloud. So Donnie, I think that's it. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you, Ted.
Thank you
all.
everybody for your time.